Dead's on deck with Evil Dead chick. What's in store when you open the door? Step inside, my little ones. Bring your flashlight and good luck charms. Oh, and good luck charms. Oh, might get dark. It might get scary. Maybe even a little insane. Crawl out from under the bed. Don't be afraid. Evil Dead Chick is here to entertain and thrill. Dead Eyes on deck with Evil Dead Chick. Let's hang out till the sun comes up.
What did I get in the mail? Movies or books? T-shirts and hats, music on vinyl. Whatever it is, you know there's something groovy inside. What did I receive on my doorstep today? Horror action figures, collectible toys, popcorn buckets with creepy critters. You know, yeah, you know, there's something groovy inside.
Howdy, gang. And yes, this is yet another birthday unboxing. And why is it so late in June? So late after my birthday? It's the day before my brother's birthday? Well, I don't know how many of y'all remember, but I said that I had ordered some things from Vinegar Syndrome. And, you know, I'm not saying anything bad about Vinegar Syndrome. I'm just saying we all know how long it takes us to get something when we order stuff from Vinegar Syndrome. So this was ordered the day after my birthday. And I consider it using my birthday money or part of my birthday money. Um, Part of it was more than likely what my parents would give me, and part of it was what my mother-in-law gave me to cover the cost of what's in this little box here from Vinegar Syndrome. Um, so I've already sliced open the tape on one end of it to make this a little bit easier and a little bit faster. But we're just going to go ahead and again, yes, I know what I ordered, but you guys don't know what I ordered, right? So it'll be a surprise for you guys. And none of these have I seen yet. So let's take a gander at what I got here. So as far as I know, I have never seen this Nightmares. And it was on sale. And in fact, all three of these were on sale. This is directed by John Lamond. I didn't know there was softcore sex in here, but you know, that's okay. So this is 80s. Supposedly, this is supposed to be 80s slash trash at its bloody best. And so I can't really show you the back of it because there's a naked chick with her boobs out with blood on it. And I don't want YouTube to get me, but I can show you the cover. So this is supposed to be a Halloween clone as well. Homegrown. It's supposed to be an infamous homegrown Halloween clone. Um, So basically, a woman's haunted by the childhood memory of her mother being dragged through a shattered car window. Um, an aspiring actress finds herself trapped at the center of a brutal killing spree. As one by one, her fellow thespians, including Gary Sweet in his film debut, are butchered by a psychopath with a sliver of glass. So, sounds pretty good to me. I'm looking forward to watching this. Hopefully, I can get back with y'all on how good or how bad this movie is. But I'm still looking forward to taking a gander at it. Okay. So that's one I got. I had been wanting to watch this ever since I knew it came out, and now I didn't get the limited edition that come with that really cool slipcover. But this is Scream Queen, My Nightmare on Elm Street, all about Mark Patton. I have a lot of respect for Mark Patton as an actor and for someone who is now an openly gay actor. I honestly, even with all the little things that were in Nightmare on Elm Street 2 that everybody kind of giggles behind their hand about now, and says that it was so obvious. I'm telling you, and I'm probably saying this about the majority of people that are going hee 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 now. Because I mean, the thing about Mark Patton being gay is not funny. I mean, so he's gay. Big deal. Um, but at the time that he was making things like A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, actors didn't come out as gay, for fear that they would not be asked to be in any more movies. So I understand why Mark Patton did not um, open up about that until many, many years later. Um, but I had seen clips from this. I met Mark Patton a few years ago, very sweet guy. I enjoyed meeting him. It was one of the highlights of people that I've met over the years that had different things to do with different horror films. And he had a lot to do with A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 because he was like the main part of that film. He was the one that Freddie wanted to take over. He was like, "You've got the body and I've got the brains," he says to Jesse, the character Mark Patton plays in The Nightmare on Elm Street 2. So Mark Patton was the center of this Scream Queen documentary. Um, and this is not directed by Mark Patton, but I think Mark Patton was very instrumental in getting this made, and God bless him for it, because I think this, I think his career warrants this. But what it says on the back of this, some have called it the gayest horror movie ever made, but for Mark Patton, the star of a Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, it was anything but a dream come true. This not only talks about that movie, but it talks about homophobia, it talks about AIDS. And in 1985, Mark Patton was a closeted uh, actor in Hollywood because he pretty much had to be if he wanted to keep working, because that was pretty much coming out and saying you were gay during that time period. With you might as well have been signing your death sentence as far as being able to act anymore. So he talks about missteps on the pathway to stardom. 30 years after its initial release, Patton is hitting the road to set the record straight about the controversial sequel and the experience that halted his career before it even began. Confronting the cast and crew for the first time, Mark attempts to make peace with his past as well as embrace his legacy as cinema's first male scream queen, which I think that is interesting in and of itself. So I'm looking forward to watching this one. It took me, long enough to get my hands on a copy. I really wish I'd just went on and bit the bullet and got the limited edition when it was available. That came with the slip cover and everything. Now, this last one I'm going to show you, I do have the slip cover for this. And some people are probably going to say, oh my gosh, why, Dana? Why did you get this? But this is Houseboat Horror. And I got this for a good price. We can see this. This is the second cover. This is the inner cover. So Tommy Wiseau, it's listed on this, not as being making this movie, but just the idea that Tommy Wiseau, the subject of the film, The Disaster Artist, and the creator of The Room. If you've never seen The Room, I encourage you to seek it out. But this says, before Tommy Wiseau entered The Room and James Nagin, or I don't know, Nagain, took flight with Birdemic, Ollie Martin welcomed audiences aboard Houseboat Horror, shot on video, banned in Queensland, and distributed with the world's first gratuitous violence and blood gush guarantee, which is interesting. Houseboat Horror is pure homegrown hilarity and quite possibly the most quotable film in shot on video cinematic history. So all of those things combined just had me chomping at the bit to watch this. And I believe this is also maybe on Shudder. It may be on Shudder if you want to watch it without actually buying it. So what's it about? So there's a music video shoot on a tranquil lake, or seemingly tranquil lake. Turns into a smorgasbord of horror, death, and blood-gushing mayhem. It can only mean one thing: acid head. And I believe, not that person, but this person is acid head. A horribly scarred, axe-wielding maniac with a grudge against the interlopers is loose, starring a veritable who's who of 80s Australian talent, including Alan Dale, Christine Jetson, Gavin Wood, Day Animal McKenna, and John Michael Hollywoodhausen. Houseboat Horror also features a slew of knockout song hits by the Uncanny X-Men's Brian Mannix. So I'm looking forward to watching this. I've started it a couple of times on streaming services to try to watch it, but now I own my own copy. So surely to goodness I will find time to get this watched. So that's the three that I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome during one of their more recent sales. Looking forward to each and every one of them, watching each and every one of them. I believe Steve told me that we watched Nightmares. I can't recall it. Maybe when I start watching it, I'll say, oh, yes, Steve is right. We did see this. But I've been on here for almost 14 minutes. But I will be back again here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I may already be started doing the watch along for George Romero's 1978 zombie classic, Dawn of the Dead. There is only one in my eyes, people. Somebody asked me, and I'm not saying they're done for asking me, but somebody asked me when I put the poll up and I had Dawn of the Dead on there. I didn't even think about putting 1978 in parentheses. They said, so is this the original or the remake? I was like, it is the original. For me, that's the only one. So it's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, just a little over a half an hour from now. I will be doing a watch along for Dawn of the Dead. So hop on over to Deadites on Deck and check out what's going on as far as the watch along tonight. Tomorrow night's watch along, also starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, will be for National Lampoon's Vacation. And also, if you have not seen it yet and you weren't able to join us live, Candace and I played a game. And no, it doesn't have a thing to do with the Saw movies. I know some people may have been confused and thought it had to do with the Saw movies, but it doesn't. So me and Candace did indeed play a game. It was kind of a versus game. And we were only able to get through 10 rounds. We're going to save the other 10 rounds for another Friday Foolish. But if you want to check out the first part of Friday Foolish's Let's Play a Game, be sure to check that out. I'm pleased to say we've had quite a few views on it so far. And yeah, and if you don't have anything to do this evening or tomorrow evening, be sure to check out the watch alongs. And if anybody's interested in joining me live on either one of these watch alongs, please let me know, and I'll try to get the link to you so that you can join me. And with that being said, as always, I'm off like a dirty shirt. This shirt ain't dirty, but I'm off like one. And I want to remind everybody, as I always do, to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. And thank you, Mom and Dad, and thank you, Marianne, for the birthday money that allowed me to get all of these. And I'm out of here for now, but I'll be back in a little more than half an hour. See you folks then.